The Israelites in Egypt suffered greatly under their bondage, experiencing harsh labor and oppression, their cries for freedom echoing across ancient Egypt. They cried out to God, and their groaning reached him. This is the story of how God demonstrated his supreme power through 10 extraordinary plagues to free his people, the Israelites, from Egyptian slavery. God, remembering his covenant with their ancestors Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, heard their cries and saw their suffering. God chose Moses, who was later joined by Aaron his brother. Moses stood before the mighty Pharaoh with a simple command: "Let my people go." When Pharaoh refused, God unleashed a series of increasingly devastating plagues that would shake Egypt to its core, starting from a lesser plaque to the hardest experience of first son deaths. First, the life-giving Nile turned to blood. Fish died, and the water became undrinkable, yet Pharaoh's heart remained hardened. Then came armies of frogs, covering every inch of land, invading homes and palaces alike. The third plague brought clouds of gnats, rising from the dust to torment both people and animals. As Pharaoh continued to resist, swarms of flies descended upon Egypt, except in Goshen, where the Israelites lived. The fifth plague struck Egypt's livestock with a devastating disease, while the sixth covered Egyptians with painful boils. Still, Pharaoh would not relent. Thunder roared and hail rained down, mixed with fire, destroying crops and anything left in the fields. Those who heeded God's warning took shelter, but those who didn't faced nature's fury. The eighth plague brought locusts that devoured every green plant remaining after the hail. Then came darkness, so thick it could be felt, lasting 3 days. Egyptians couldn't see each other or leave their homes, while light remained in Israelite dwellings. Yet Pharaoh's heart grew harder still. The final plague was the most terrible. The firstborn of every Egyptian household and animal would die, from Pharaoh's palace to the lowest servant's dwelling. God instructed the Israelites to mark their doorposts with lamb's blood, promising that death would pass over these homes. At midnight, a great cry arose throughout Egypt. No house was without someone dead, except those marked with blood. Finally, Pharaoh summoned Moses and Aaron in the night, ordering them to leave immediately. After 430 years of slavery, the Israelites were free. This dramatic display of God's power demonstrated his sovereignty over all creation and his commitment to delivering his people. Each plague specifically challenged Egyptian gods, proving them powerless before the true God of Israel. The plagues weren't just about punishment. They revealed God's authority over nature, his protection of his people, and his ability to bring deliverance against impossible situations. Today, this story reminds us that God hears the cries of the oppressed and acts with mighty power to save. The plagues of Egypt stand as an eternal testimony to God's faithfulness and his supreme authority over all earthly powers. If you're blessed by this video, subscribe, like, and share. Thanks for watching.